was like 500 joints in the editing room for sure. No, not God, I know so many things. All right, so I'm going to tell you one more thing about later, and then we'll get back to now. And someone asked for a story, so I'm just telling them. I'm going to tell you a little bit about ghoulies, actually, which, without ghoulies, I probably wouldn't be here today, and it's a weird story. But, yeah, so remember, you got to gather some courage. You're going to cast someone to play a monster. It could be a man or a woman, but a monster. And then I'm going to be looking for hot chicks. So important to the story. And I'm going to create something which I won't get into it now, because it's better when everyone's up here, but we'll make this little moment very meaningful, okay? And things that I will ask you to do, especially you women, won't be gratuitous at all. You know what I mean? It'll be woven into the fabric of this little story we'll put together. So just, you know, keep thinking about that. So, and then, yeah, so full moon streaming, awesome stuff. All right, ghoulies. So anyway, I was making movies in the 70s. I was giving these movies away to distributors at the time. I mean, it's hard to imagine, even me now, a time where first you couldn't see a movie at whim. Today there's 5,000 different ways to look at films. We're all sort of spoiled maybe, or jaded, or now DVDs aren't good enough because they're all fucking dusty on a shelf, and now the most you can do is this. Oh, fuck, I'm so tired. And, but you know, back in the day, there was none of that. I was the first guy out there with a home video label, first independent, called Vita, and then Vita Home Entertainment. We had pictures like those tubes were around, you know, Tunnel Vision and Groove Tube, and then later on, I Spit on Your Grave, and The Boogeyman, and then Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That was the old days, big Wizard, later on another label called Wizard. But between all that was like a hobby. I was making these weird movies. I was making pictures like Mansion of the Doomed, and Laser Blast, and Daytime Ended, The Tourist Trap, and Crash. So anyways, around 1980, and I had made a movie called Parasite, which did pretty well with Demi Moore, who was super awesome and hot at 19. All good things combined. And that did pretty well, 3D. Then I made a movie called Metal Storm, The Destruction of Jared Sin. I got lucky because I had made it, didn't have any distribution, and at that time, way long time ago, there was a little resurgence back then of 3D, which went nowhere. Now it's sort of back again, kind of, probably. But anyway, so I made Metal Storm in 3D, and I was halfway through it, and the guy who was running Universal at the time was the fellow who acquired Parasite a few years earlier when he was with a different company. He said, "Hey, I got wind you're making another 3D sort of sci-fi movie." I go, "Yeah." He said, "Well, we're releasing Jaws 3D in 2,000 theaters. We're spending a fortune converting the screens to silver screen and doing the special lenses and the glasses, and if we could get your movie, if it's any good, and put it out right after Jaws 3D, I'll make a lot of dough." I said, "Well, you want to see, I'm shooting, you want to see some footage?" He goes, "Yeah." So we sent over, I don't know, 3 or 4 scenes edited. We made a deal. It was a great deal, and that helped a lot. I mean, Universal released the Metal Storm. So with all that behind me, I thought, okay, I want to make a cool film that's a horror film, kind of a high concept horror film, but for the first time in my career, I want to release it myself, theatrically. Remember, this is before, I mean, video was happening, but this was all about the theatrical release. And it was the end of an era where people like Roger Corman before me were able to release these movies. They were all B movies, double bills, mainly in drive-ins, but you can still make money. Today, you can't make money. The last 20 years, you can't do it. And unless you spend $200 million, make one of those big-ass tentpole movies that usually suck, and tons of CGI, which I hate. And yeah, I mean, real seriously, we've got like into CGI with people we don't care about, but that's a different conversation. So anyway, are you guys here?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to throw out some keywords. Orgy. Booze. Boobies. Okay, I just want to bring it all back. All right, so anyway, so I'm shooting Ghoulies, and I thought, fuck it, I am going to do my own distribution. I've been sort of screwed around for 7, 8 years. All my prior movies came out theatrically through other distributors, nice guys in the beginning, then you can't get them on the phone, then you don't get your money. And everyone was telling me, if you're going to really have a success in this business, you've got to do your own distribution. And this is when video was coming in, but it was still about theatrical. So I decided to do it through a close friend of mine who unfortunately is no longer around. He was a great trailer guy. He invented awesome campaigns. He invented the It's Alive campaign with the baby clock coming out of the carriage. He cut the first Star Wars trailer. So this guy was genius and a massive pothead. I mean, I don't ever remember this guy not being stoned ever. ever, even during very solemn events. He looked at me with those crazy eyes. His name was Gary Allen, wonderful guy. Anyway, so Gary says, I hear you can do the distribution, that's fantastic. You're hooked up with a great guy in New York, because what I did was, back in the day you could do this, you start in this one territory, and if you're really ballsy, you start in the biggest territory in the country, which was the most expensive, which was New York, Manhattan. You make 100 prints, you spend dough, and if it worked, then you take those same prints without spending more money making these 35 prints, and you move them around the country. And that's how a lot of people did it, that's how Corman did it. But it's a big gamble. So a friend of mine put me in touch with this New York kid who'd done it for 50 years. He was very enthusiastic and super realist. Like, he was no bullshit kind of guy. So he said, look, I think you got something. He'd seen some footage, he liked the title, we had no artwork, no campaign. But he goes, you know, Charlie, what you're going to have to do if you're really going to make an impact, you're going to make 100 prints. That's like 150 grand. This is like 80 or 81. That was like insane money, you know. But I raised money to make movies. I think I could raise some money to release the movies. So you got to spend that 150. But more important, you got to spend $250,000 in 3 days over the weekend prior to your release on TV advertising and some print ads. 250 grand. I go, oh, fuck, man. He goes, yes. If you have a hit, they will line up. This is the way you get people excited. I said, that's great. Well, what happens if it doesn't work? He said, well, you're fucked. You lose all your dough. You may as well throw it, because we won't be able to then take those prints and roll them around the country. No one's going to watch your movie. I said, that's a gamble. He said, yeah. He said, I think you got something with movies. You need some great art, you need great campaign. So I decided I'm going to do it. I've been making movies, giving them away for years. They did well. Other people made money. I had very ambitious plans. I was like an ancient 25-year-old, 27. I thought, fuck it, I'm going to do it. So I went to my friend Gary Allen, the uber smoker, pot smoking dude. I said, Gary, we have got you. I'll be here to be your cheerleader. Let's come up with something awesome that will make this movie stand alone and be great as far as a print campaign and a trailer. So he said, I like the movie, I like you. He said, come on over, we'll smoke a bone, and we'll figure this shit out. So it's not really my thing, believe it or not, but this is back in the day. I thought, okay, I gotta be part of this. So I'm smoking the bone, he's smoking 50 of these things, having some wine. Hours go by, it must be like 4 in the morning, nothing. Talking about fucking nothing. And I'm like, fuck, I gotta get up in 4 hours. I gotta have a campaign. This thing, we booked the theaters, they were all waiting for the release and the thing and the print ads and the thingy. I said, Gary, what the fuck? He says, I got it. I go, what? He says, you know when people say shit, you go, you gotta be fucking kidding me, you are stoned. So he goes to me, he goes, how about a fucking ghoulie coming out of a toilet? And then when you hear that, this is like 30 odd years ago, and you're stoned and you're tired, you want to say, what are you talking about? No one's going to put an ad in a newspaper, the New York Times. And he says, no, but I got a great copy line. We got to refine it a bit. I go, what's the copy line? He says, they'll eat your ass. Dude, fucking ridiculous. So anyway, as hours went on, then we sort of refined it. And I thought, well, yeah, he may have something there. And then he came up with the line, which became the line, they'll get you in the end. You know, kind of cool. Not as bad as they'll eat your ass, but then you can maybe get into print. So anyway, I left her really enthusiastic. I told it to people. They all thought it was never going to work. Long story short, MPA, permissions, things, cut a trailer, realized I had no fucking ghoulie popping out of the toilet in the movie, had to go shoot that shot, had to go buy a toilet, never bought a toilet before, never bought a toilet again, had to get the ghoulie back, had to have, so we had all these elements ready. And it was Friday, I think the TV spots were supposed to start running the following Thursday or Friday, and I went to the MPA, they usually need more time, and I was really nice, and I begged the lady, I said, look, you know me probably because, and she knew who I was because they had approved or given ratings to movies through other distributors. I said, well, this is my first movie, and I really need your help, and I need you guys to rate it over the weekend. I'll pay the extra charge. And she said, what rating are you looking for? I thought, may as well just be silly. I said, like a PG. You know, there was no PG-13, right? PG-R. She goes, well, isn't it a horror movie? I go, yeah. I said, but it's a comedy, you know, kind of fun, you know, ghoulie popping out of the toilet. She said, Charlie, she said, the best I can do, because this is clearly not a PG movie, is maybe we'll give you an R, we'll have to look at this, but maybe we'll give you sort of a green band so you can play your trailers and TV spots wherever you want. It's kind of a compromise. So make a long story short, I said, please, that would be awesome. She said, call me at 10 o'clock, precisely Monday. I'll let you know what rating you have and what kind of, you know, people you can play your TV spots in front of. So I decided I'm going to be super, like, suck up, and I'm not going to call her, but be there with my, like, best whatever the fuck I was wearing back in '80, God knows. And I was just for the good luck, because I'm like super superstitious. So I was there. She said, "I'm so surprised to see you." I said, "Yeah, but I'm so anxious. I couldn't do it on the phone. What do you think?" She said, "Well, look, you may have gotten a little lucky because usually there's 4 of us, 2 of us were sick. It was just me and my friend, and I think we kind of saw the humor in it. So it is an R, but we're going to give you a Green Man trailer. You can play the TV spot wherever you want." Now, that meant I could play the TV spot during cartoons. And I could really fuck some kids up. So that's what we did. So we booked $250,000 of promotion that weekend for Ghoulies. And my guy was excited. He said, "This is a good buzz. People are calling the theater." I said, "Well, shit, we've done everything right." And he said, "You got a great campaign." I said, "Well, what now?" He said, "I'll tell you what. It's a science. You call me." It was Friday opening. "You call me around 6 o'clock LA time Friday, and I will let you know if you have a hit or not a hit or what's going on." I said, "That's like 2 screens into the entire run." He said, "But we know this shit. We've been doing this since the turn of the century. You give me a call, and within 10%, I will tell you what this movie is going to gross." Okay, so it was really hard getting through that time on Friday. Called him up, and he basically said, he had a great New York accent, which I cannot do, but he basically said, "You got a fucking hit. You had balls. You released, you could have been fucked up. You could have been out of the business. There are people lining up. You got a hit. It's awesome. I predict you'll make at least $1 million the first week. That's going to net you about $400,000. That means about $1,200,000, $1,100,000, paying around the country, $7 million, $6 million, numbers. Anyway, I had like a super filmmaker's boner that night. I was like so excited. Well, because all I want to do is make movies, right? Like a movie junkie. So I thought the whole week I'm going to make this, I'm going to make that, I'm going to build this, I'm going to do that. So I come into my office, my huge office, with 6 dudes and 2 ugly chicks. I shouldn't say that, but anyway, it's like the best Monday ever. It's conquer the world time. We're going to make money. We're going to make movies. The plans were insane. And there are things you remember forever. And I remember first my receptionist. And I don't want to be mean if they're here tonight. I'm sorry. I'm going to tell you the truth. The receptionist was one of those girls who had eyeballs that looked completely different directions, so you weren't really sure. And you don't want to ask, hey, which is the good eyeball to look at? You kind of look here, then you want to kind of favor the other eyeball and look over there. And she looked like bummed out, and I forget her name, whatever. Eyeball chick. I go, so what's wrong? I said, we have a huge hit. She goes, yeah, but there's some real problems. I go, what? This is going to be great. This is going to be great. Back in my mind, firing her. It's like down her chick. So she said, you think it's all great? Just go see, I forget her name too, Janice or something, another Janice, Betty, in the mailroom. And the mailroom was sort of right off the reception, then upstairs we had our offices, and that's where some of we all hung out. And the mailroom was like in a movie. It was like this dingy, this is really cheap rent in Hollywood 30-odd years ago. Dingy hallway, bad posters. No, that's not true. Great posters. My movies. Nice posters. I'm just kidding. And at the end, the door was always open. Now, this is before the fucking internet and Twitter and Twitter and Facebook. Nothing. You either wrote a letter, or you can send a telegram. That was really awesome. The fucking telegram. Stop. For those of you who ever did it. So I'm walking, and she's looking up at me. And she is, without a doubt, the ugliest woman I've ever seen in my entire life. I mean, it's just, and I've seen ugly women. I've seen beautiful women. I mean, this girl looked worse than Troll. Okay? She was like, I'm telling you, I feel terrible. And she's still alive, I'm sorry. But she was usually kind of in a chipper mood. She was bummed out. And she had this pile of all these fucking things. And there were telegrams. I don't know how the letters got there. There were a lot of telegrams. And she held one up and she said, they're all like this. And I took one and it basically said, they all said, Dear Hollywood motherfucker, I've been trying to potty train my child for months and you're a piece of shit movie. Fuck them up real bad. They will not go to the bathroom. You should die. How dare you, cocksucker. And I've kept these, which, you don't want to open a box that's like super new boxes like that shit. But one day I should publish them because they were all hate mail. It was the worst hate mail ever. Because I fucked up their kids. Not good. Yeah. Right on. So I call right away my guy, my New York dude. He goes, what's wrong? I go, what do you mean what's wrong? He says, yeah, okay, we know. Theaters are getting the calls. Parents are pissed off. I said, well, what do we do? He said, you gotta make, this is a tricky one, Charlie. You gotta make a decision. You gotta look into your heart and your conscience and figure out what to do. And here are your choices. You can change the campaign. Ghoulie doesn't have to pop out of the toilet. It can be peeking around the door, head popping out of the dresser. You can do that. And it may work. On the other hand, maybe people are coming to see your movie because of the ghoulie popping out of the toilet. Maybe that's the whole deal. So you could make that choice and fuck everything up. Or maybe not. Or you could just go with the campaign and listen, theater owners are all whores anyway, you know? They're not going to care as long as they're making dough. They don't care who's pissed off because you fucked their kids up. So I thought, okay, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going, and I did. And it was the movie that made enough money to launch all the Empire films of the 80s. It was that movie, most people don't know this, that made us enough. Of course, I blew it eventually, too. So it was the movie that launched all those films. We made so many movies. I mean, Sword Kill and Eliminators and Troll and frickin' who the fuck remembers? Reanimator and From Beyond. All because of that ghoulie popping out of the toilet. So there's no segue, y'all, from that to PMS Cop. But I'm going to have to show you just the 90-second trailer for PMS Cop. And the reason why is, in film and streaming, I've been a very, sort of poor filmmaker, and I've been taken advantage of years ago, and I kind of know what that's like. And now we're in this world, you think with all this media and all this stuff, that it would be easy for a new filmmaker, a young filmmaker, to make a cool movie, get it out there and make some money. Well, it is not easy, because the one area where there was a revenue stream, where it was cool, where things were happening, was the video store. Video stores are gone. That's why we started full and streaming, and we're giving stuff away to bring people on who love these films. So one of the things under Full Moon Streaming, we got First Full Moon, we got Grindhouses, this Wizard Studios label where people submit their movies. If they're cool and clever and halfway decent, we'll put them up, we'll premiere them, and if we find this way to make a few bucks for us and the filmmakers, we'll take them out on DVD, whatever's left, the DVD and VOD and pay-per-view and some foreign. So anyway, we've had some of these movies submitted. I think there's 5 of them right now on the site. But nothing as unique as PMS Cop. That's all I can say. The young gal who plays the cop is, are you here tonight? She's not here? Fuck, all right. Well, anyway, doesn't matter. I'm going to show you 90 seconds of PMS Cop, so check it out. That looks good.
You're acting weird. What is it?
You just seem unusually calm for some reason.
Give me my money. Oh my God! I didn't mean to.
I have seen with my own eyes what you are capable of, what you can do, the incredible, unexplainable strength you possess.
PMS Cop. I mean, someone figured that out. It's awesome. I think it's great. So we're going to quickly get into our little thingamajigger here, but I'm going to give you one more little bit of business about streaming, because what we're going to do when we finish in about 10 or 15 minutes is we're going to make you this crazy weirdo offer, which will, of course, make you part of, hopefully become part of, our streaming deal, which is our future for sure. We're a little Netflix, a little baby Netflix, but hopefully with really cool films. And it's only $6 a month, so it could be cheaper than that. It's like, you got to ask yourself, it's really weird. I'm just saying this to those filmmakers out there to get an idea of where we're heading, much like the music business. No one makes money selling CDs anymore. It's about other things and being inventive and merchandise and publishing. But back in the old days, like a few years ago, a filmmaker would get a movie out, let's say a rental DVD, Blockbuster Hollywood, blah, blah, blah. And maybe at the end of the day, the public paid $2, $3 to rent the movies. Maybe $1 found their way back to the filmmaker. But times tens of thousands of DVDs and rentals, that was 100, 150, 200 grand, and filmmakers made their next movie. Well, those days are over. So you got to ask yourself, what is the value of a movie where on Netflix you can get 18,000 movies for $10 in a month? That's kind of what the rate is now, or $8 or whatever Netflix is. So what's the value of a movie now for that filmmaker? What, like a nickel? If you figure out the math, it's kind of scary. So I'm trying to, on top of getting my full moon movies out and all the new full moon movies and Grindhouse, I'm trying to open the doors up a bit with guys and gals who are making movies that are awesome and have no home. And that's the whole reason for Wizard Studios label and PMS Cobb. So basically at the end of this little show here, if you come up, we're going to sign people up to streaming. We're going to give away something that will be revealed soon. I just call it the magical full moon shirt. You'll understand why in about 10 minutes. And we're also going to give you a $25 gift card. So basically the shirt is awesome because no one's got it. It'll flip people out. It's a great party shirt, but it's also a shirt that no one's going to know what you're up to until you reveal. So you get like $40, $50 of stuff and you just sign up for 18 bucks. It's 3 months. And I'm doing this also similarly at our booth or our table. I'm giving away a bunch of stuff in order to bring people on board because, DVDs are going to be vinyl in a year. I mean, we're not going to be releasing most of our movies anymore on DVD. There's no place to ship it to. It's kind of like a bummer. So I'm going to get you in the mood, show you one more 90-second piece, and then we're going to do a little casting, okay? You monsters ready out there? You guys want to meet it? Okay? Hot chicks? Ah, sounds like a wild one over there. So I made a movie which premiered on the channel, just like we have a few more coming up now. It's about as weird as it gets. It's Ginger Dead Man versus Steve Long. It was like pretty weird. Have you seen it? Some of you guys, it's great. Well, thank you. And we finally put it out on DVD, but that's on the site. So it was a lot of fun. So I'm going to show you just 90 seconds of what that was, which will kind of inspire the thing we're going to do on stage. So check it out. Play, push the right button, dude, and Ginger Dead Man versus Steve Long. Not a period piece.
But somehow, I am going to figure out your secrets.
Get your little ass up and get and smoke this shit. That's the thing. Want to kiss you in this? I mean,
Fuck you, man! Let me kill you! So good to see you, Rabbit. I have learned from my past mistakes. What the hell are you, anyway?
what the hell am I? What the fuck is this?
Gingy. Sexy weed.
Exactly. Wow, sexy weed. All right, so we probably need to bring the house lights up just a little if we can do that. Nothing too glaring. Are they coming up or is it just wild sex? Oh, the mood's fucked up now. That's better. All right, so yes. So this way you don't kill yourselves because people fall off stages. So let's have everybody who wants to play a monster come up. Give them a hand. I see people standing. Come on, monster action. Let's go. Come on, dude. Come on, monster. This is great. Can you get free shit too? Come on. So watch your step. Come on up. 2 monsters. That's it. 3. All right. So let's go over here. Once you stand, first monster stand right out here. All right, now we got some courage going. girls don't disappoint me, all right? This is really important because if no girls come up, it's a gay show for sure. All right, here you go. Stand there, it's Thomas. Let's see. Wow, what a lineup for sure. Now, spotlight, dude. You keep, yeah, okay. Okay, this is the way we do it. There's no difference except maybe it's a little more formal. When we cast the movie, we get people, do a little interview, they read some lines, and we judge and sort of make a choice based on who we think would be best for the part. So you guys are going to do this because the level of applause will cast, in this case, the monster kid, all right? So first quick interview, I'm going to go down the line, and I'm going to come back, call out their name, you guys make applause, make noise, we'll cast. Ready? And what's your name?
Win.
Like, how do you spell that?
W-I-N.
Okay, right. And what do you do in real life when you're not here at the show?
A lot of drugs if I can, if they're free.
An honest dude. All right, awesome. Moving on. And what's your name?
Ty, right.
T.Y. Win and Ty. Okay, so and what do you do?
Anything I can to make a buck.
But anything that we shouldn't get real creepy. Anything. Okay, but you're qualified to play a monster?
Of course.
What if it's a horny monster?
Oh, okay.
This look, we don't know what this guy's doing underneath the mask. So what is your name?
8.
8 like the number, okay. And other than being like who you are right now, what do you do in real life?
I work at a freight company and I use
Freight, you too? Okay, awesome. Long hair dude, what's your name?
David,
David, what do you do in real life?
I work at a hospital and I watch your movies.
Awesome. Okay. May I ask, like, at the same time?
No?
Good, good. And you play a monster?
Hell yeah.
All right. Very good. What's your name, sir?
Chris.
Chris, what do you do other than being part of this whole scene?
I'm a service technician for Pelican Water.
What does that mean? I mean, what does that mean? Like, what do you do with the water?
Water softening, reverse osmosis, water filtration.
Whoa, sounds weird. Okay. What brand of water?
Pelican.
Mulligan. Okay. What's your name?
Lionel.
Lionel, what do you do?
I'm a professional chef.
Awesome. What kind of stuff do you cook?
Pretty much anything. Soul food. Baby cakes, whatever.
Baby cakes. What is that? I don't know what that is.
You're not in the game.
But what is a baby cake?
What does it sound like?
Okay. You look pretty good there, dude. What's your name?
Name's Roop.
What?
Roop, horse spelled backwards.
Horse?
Poor. Because they ain't got no money.
Poor spelled out root?
There you go.
Man, it's the strangest name to Poor spelled out root. Wouldn't it be better to be like rich, spelled something like positive?
But I ain't got no money.
Okay. Awesome. Okay, you guys are going to decide whether these guys are playing the monster. And let me warn you guys, you have to wear a mask. Now, if anybody, well, you wouldn't have a problem. Anybody has a problem with the mask? And some people like fall over and think you should. It is a mask. It's a mask. Okay. All right, here we go. I'm going to have them call out their name. You guys make noise. Your name?
Win.
Win. Your name, sir?
Ty.
Ty. Your name?
David.
David. Chris. Your name, sir?
Baby cake. Wait, Lionel.
Lion. And your name, which we all know well now.
There you go.
All right. These dudes, thank you so much. Give them all a hand. These are awesome dudes. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. Awesome. Wonderful one. Thank you. All right. So you're going to stand here now. You got to see what you did there. You don't want to do that when we do our things. You will fall over. You could damage a hot chick. All right. We need the very special mask. The mask. Okay. This is what you're going to be wearing. We're just going to invent something cool. You're kind of like a horny cookie right now. You don't have to put it on now. Because now we have to cast the hot chicks. All right, so girls, look. I know some of you are thinking, gosh, should I go? Should I not go? Why the fuck not? It's just us. We're like family. Look at us. Oh my God. I mean, look at us. So come on up. All the hot chicks. I see someone standing. Come on. Give them a hand. Courage. Hot chick. Hot chick. Stand right here. Hot. Nice to see you. You stand here. Oh my God. Hot chick. Whoa. Oh, dark and... Oh, be careful. Yeah, please. No accidents. Hot chick. Hot chick. Whoa. Hot chick. We're going to make this a lesbian movie. Way better than just one. Okay, you guys stand up. Stand right here so we can see you a little bit. See that line there? Like a lineup, remember? Remember? Okay, here we go. By the way, give him a hand just for coming up. Seriously. Okay, so, hey, I'm sorry. Why am I looking at her? I have no idea. So inappropriate. And what's your name?
My name is Sarah.
And Sarah, much like earlier, what do you do?
I play roller derby.
That's good. So, Sarah, here's the question. Now, dudes in the audience, be respectful. Okay? Just feel like this is a date. You don't want to do something that's going to flip the chicks out. So here's the thing, Sarah. All right. So we're doing something here that's pretty memorable, pretty cool. Got an awesome monster. This is going to be a morning cookie. Okay. Now, I think I have an idea of what we can do, but it may possibly involve you exposing your breasts. Okay? Oh, wait. Because I don't believe in gratuitous movies. That would be wrong, even for this audience. So we will weave something into the plot of the film, something that will make it make sense that your movies, it's just not exposing movies. Any idiot can go do that, you know? It's more wrapped into the plot that we're going to invent with the cookie. Does that make sense? And would you be willing to do that?
It's for the greater good.
It's really awesome. I'm not sure what my voice is. All right, so you guys have to remember this and assess when we do the casting. Whoa, where did you come from? Okay, what is this like crazy? What is that?
A friend of mine makes these. He's here at the convention.
Awesome. And what is your name?
Augustina.
Augustina. Okay. Well, you know, Augustina, when I said to her, blah blah, not gratuitous, would you be willing to show your movies if it makes sense and it's awesome?
Yes.
Augustina, I'm speechless. You stand over here. We love you. And whoa, smile. What does it say? Satan loves. Oh, loves you. Okay, awesome. So what is your name?
Danny.
And Danny, what do you do in real life other than, being part of this whole scene?
I'm a dispatcher.
Of what?
That's same day city.
FedEx? You're like FedEx chick? So, like, my FedEx, actually, FedEx is pretty cool. So, blah, 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 gratuitous, not gratuitous, director, awesome event. Would you show your movies?
Absolutely.
Oh, my God! We should be charging admission. This has gone beyond. I was hoping for even half a booth. We got like, this is an embarrassment of riches. Wow, that's awesome. I saw you. You came by the booth, right? Yes. And what is it? What? I can't. My eyes fall down that way naturally. Please.
They can't help it.
Exactly. So what do you do? What is your name?
I'm Christy and I'm a baker.
A baker. And what do you make?
Mostly specialty cakes.
What?
I do gingerbread. I make specialty wieners. I should do a bachelorette cake that was I could make a baby shower cake that was half a baseball. It was half a baseball and that would be gingerbread.
That's awesome. All right, so considering that I see someone going in like that, would you be possibly part of this thing with movies, or is that too weird, or what do you think? No movies.
It's okay.
Okay. No, I'm actually looking forward to one note here, because I'm like thinking this is... That's good. No, but because you're really sweet, we may keep you in this and create a different character. Okay, so step over just a hair so we can see this young girl. What's your name?
Kat.
Kat, what do you do, Kat?
I'm a receptionist.
And where do you like to receive? Where do you work?
I work for a truck company that they convert trucks and vans into bigger, fancier trucks and vans, and they also restore classic cars.
That sounds crazy. So wait. So you're a dispatcher, like you say?
No, I'm a receptionist.
A receptionist.
I have a phone voice.
You have a phone voice? Okay, so do a phone thing. No. What are you, the director? Shut the fuck up.
Thank you for calling Tuscany Automotive. This is Catherine. How may I direct your call?
Wow. That was actually very good. So you heard what I said. We're doing this whole thing wrapped into a story that I really now understand exactly what I'm going to do. Would there be a possibility, or not as good too, of showing your boobies?
I've done it twice before for your show.
Really? And what part of the planet? Where?
I did once in Dallas and once in Tulsa.
Whoa. First, I apologize for not recognizing you. I don't even know what to say. I'm embarrassed, but that's awesome. This show has become so amazing. I hope no one's upset that we're running over. Okay, last but not least, what's your name?
Ashley.
And Ashley, what do you do?
I am a dental hygiene assistant. And I do roller derby.
How does that even work? Actually, once you guys stand together, because you're like, you do your thing together. And blah, 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 possibly movies, none, doesn't matter.
You never know.
Okay, cool. All right, have you guys figured this out? So what we're going to do, forget all the applause, I'm going to cast all of them. I'm going to make it a challenge, but I have to make it make sense that they all have to be part of this. Don't you think?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So here's what we do. Okay, boy, this is a real challenge. Okay, so you girls are kind of possibly going to show boobs, right? So you for sure, you're thinking about it. You're not going to do it. You show them twice, no big deal. You're going to show them. Fucking awesome. So bring up 2 booby shirts. I mean, 2 full moon shirts. And like kind of smallish, medium if we have it, or whatever we got. Okay, so now who's not here? Put one of these on, just regular little shirt, one on. Now what I would imagine is there'd be one girl who would be willing to be part of this, and all the other girls would be wearing the shirts, which looks pretty weird. So we'll flip it around, there's nothing wrong with it. But I want to show you guys how cool these shirts are, because at the end of the show, if you're bold enough to sign for Full Moon Stream for $18, we're going to give you these shirts. We got them over there. They're kind of awesome. And a $25 card. You can come to the table tomorrow. I can give you more stuff. I'm just giving it away. Blah, blah, blah. But do you want to see how cool this shirt is?
Yes.
One of the girls said, that would be gratuitous movies. I'm going to do a whole thing here. Okay, now do you girls know how to pull that up, right? Because this could be part of the show. So pull it down. Okay? Now we're going to invent something cool. So stand a little back, a little more. Don't kill the screen. Please be careful of this thing, right? Okay? Mask on. You want to take your glasses off? Are you blind with those off? Not totally. I mean, I'll keep for you safely. You are a kind and thoughtful man. Okay, stand over here. You can see okay. I don't want you to fall over. You get your glasses on? Dude, you can put them on. You want them on just to be... You sure? It would be Robert after a terrible accident. Imagine what the press would make of it. This is really a challenge. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Now, you have to totally pay attention because I'm the director, and it doesn't work out. You've done this twice, you sweetheart. I feel so bad. Oh, I recognize you. What did I do wrong? Not to recognize. You're so cute. Wait, what were the shows again?
I did one when you came to Dallas about 4 years ago, and then you were in Tulsa, Oklahoma, like a year or 2 after that.
4 years ago. You must have been like, how old are you?
I'm 26.
Sounds legal to me. Okay, so here's what we're doing. Ginger Dead Man. You have to imagine, don't have it up yet. You have to imagine you're getting out of a maximum security fucking penitentiary for evil baked goods, okay? And the reason why you were in there for 2 years is because you're like really bad, you kill people, you're horny, you did bad shit, okay? But they have rehabilitated you. And when you walk through, back up just a foot, here you go, protect you. When you walk through this imaginary door, you see the girls, you see this audience. These are people here to judge you and to see if you've been cured. Because if they feel or sense you haven't been cured, you're going back for 2 years. Okay? Now here's what people don't know. You possess an insane power where if you get super pissed off, you raise your arms at the audience and you can disintegrate the whole fucking audience, okay? But you're kind of under control, all right? So what you're going to do is, and you girls are the temptress chicks, okay? You're going to try to get him, because you all have a reason to put him back in the slammer, okay? So you don't show boobies. No boobies, not yet. But you're going to tempt him. You can't do that. You're going to be sexy and stuff, and he's going to walk, and every 2 or 3 steps he's going to look over, and you're going to be all sexy, right? You got that? So let's do a little practice on that. You walk, very slow walk. You look over, sexy, then you look at the audience, totally turn, and you do this. Nope. 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 You're not going to go there. Exactly. That's even good with the hands. Then you walk a few more feet. You look at the girls, all sexy girls. You look at the audience. Nope. Shake your head. Not going to go there. Walk a little more. Okay. Look at the girls, even sexier now. Oh my God, they're being super sexy. Look at the audience. Nope. But when you get to this position right here, I'll talk you through it. We'll kind of make it a surprise. The secret plan, look at the audience now. Everyone's calm, everyone thinks you're good. You raise your arms, raise those arms, both of them, so those lasers will come out of your fingers, okay? And they're going to blast the audience into a horrible death, okay? As you're getting geared up, it takes about 20 seconds, you girls are going to come, hey, let's just do a little practice. You're just, hands up, no, final position, hands up. So we got to open, so everyone's got to see everything. You go here, you're going to go here, and you're going to go here. And look, you guys, actually, you're going to go here. It's perfect. And you're here, and you're there. Okay, now I got to make sure this looks good. Because if the audience doesn't see this, all of you are going to stop believing. Okay? So what's going to happen is, you're about to kill everyone, okay? The 2 girls with the shirts, you pull your shirts up. We don't have to do it now. Make sure those boobies do not, like, hit your chin, okay? You got to hit where the boobies are. And you girls expose your awesome breasts. All 8 breasts, okay? You go on your knees with weakness, because now you're looking at these breasts. The only thing that calms the savage beast, the only thing that can stop death is what? Boobies. Yes. And you turn around and look at her a little bit, okay? And you reach up. Now, she's not going to get too close. You reach as boobies are like right here. They're awesome boobies. And you're going to you're so weak you can barely move. And you're going to put your hand up and you're going to whimper, boobies. That's the scene. Does this make sense? Yeah. Okay. All right, everyone in first position, and here we go. Usually we have smoke and music. All right, penitentiary girls. Any questions in your mind?
No.
Okay. When I say cut, the boobies can be put back. Okay. And remember. Or they don't have to. You're very bold for someone who's wearing a booty shirt. Okay? So remember that the only thing that's going to stop him, weaken him at the knees, literally, are the boobs. And when I say cut, girls who are going to expose your boobs, you can unexpose your boobs. Does this make sense in any way to anyone? Perfect sense. Is it awesome? Okay, here we go. All right, so here it goes. Your husband's here. Is that what you said?
I don't know where he is. I'm trying to find him.
Okay, that doesn't matter. Okay, now you got to get into the moment, okay? A lot of subtext here, a lot of I don't know what, director, blah, blah, blah. Ready? And remember, your intention is to try to bring him back so he can go back to the slammer. And you have to pretend you're a good cookie, and you got to keep going back and forth. Nope, nope, nope. Okay? Are we ready? Okay. Walk slowly. I'll talk you through it. Ready? Take one little step back. The door opens. Slow. We don't want to rush this moment. No, you're not walking yet, dude. You just come through the door. Action and door opens. You look at the audience. Just look at them. You look at the girls. No pulling up the fucking shirts. This is not that point in the story. This is Tempest time. Shirts without say to on. Okay, sorry. Take two. Door opens. Very quiet, girls. And everyone gasps. Yes. I mean, wouldn't you gasp at a dude looking like that? Now you look at the audience. Look at the audience. And now take a tiny step and look at the girls. Just a tiny look at the girls. And they're really sexy girls. No movies, just sexy girls. Yeah. Don't walk no more. Look at the audience, and what do you tell the audience? Look at the audience, shake your head. Nope. No, that's not how you shake your head. Look at my head, okay? You do this. Nope. Okay? Let's go back to the audience. Let's try it. Let's do that rehearsal. You see, look at the audience. Nope. No, actually, don't. Just with your whole big fucking huge cookie head. Nope. Let's try it. Okay? Just look at the audience and let's try the nope. Nope. Exactly. Okay, that's what we want you to do. Okay, every time you look at the audience. All right, here we go. So, first position, take 3, and you gotta go back a foot, and the door opens. Look at the audience. Audience gasp. Start walking just a little bit slow, drag it out. Look at the girls, sexy girls. Look at the audience. Nope. Nope. Walk a little more towards me, a little bit. Look at the girls, even sexier. Look at the audience. Look at the audience now. Turn your whole body. Nope, you're not going there. Do that thing with your hands. That was good. Nope. Remember those hand gesture? Go back up to your hand gesture. Yep. Look at the audience. Let's try that again. Nope. Not going to go there. Nope. Excellent. Now you walk a little more, just a little bit more, and look at those sexy girls. Hey, don't talk sexy girls, just be sexy. Don't show any. That's good, but that's not enough. Okay? That's enough. Look at the girls. Oh man, that's hard. Your knees are shaking. Look at the girls. Ooh, but no. You've mastered this shit, okay? Look at the audience. Nope. But now you stay looking at the audience, girls. You look at him like, what is he doing? No, not you girls. I mean, not you dude. Look at the audience. Slowly the arms go up. No, don't look at fucking me. Look at the audience. Arms go up. Girls, what does that mean? You know what that means. He may be out of control. You know he could kill everyone in this room. And here comes that big sound. Oh my God, everyone get in position. And you're going to kill him. Arms up. Start shaking. You're going to kill everyone. And only one thing. No, movies yet. Not yet. Take us down. Only one thing will stop. No, you're not leaving. You have to see movies. Only one thing will make you weak at the knees. What is that? What is it? Movies. You look around, and there they are. No, you have to see the whole fucking movie. What is that? Movie. I don't see a movie. Movies, come on. No, big movies. No, down on your knees. Keep the movies down. Oh my God. Down on your knees. Closer with movies. Closer. Come over here. Closer. More. Movies. And look over at her. No, you're blocking the fucking audience. Movies. Okay, give me the reason. What do you say? And cut. Applause. That was exhausting, dude. That was great. All right, give him a hand. Thank you all. Let's give a special hand to this dude here. What are your specs? Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I need a sorry, dude.
Thank you, Herschel.
So, we could go forever. That's kind of it. I'm sorry we didn't get to the orgy. I'm sorry, but you saw some boobs, right? Right. Give my hand again to girls. That was really cool. So, for those of you who want to sign up to our little awesome site, come on over here. You can do it on your own smartphone. Just go to fullmoonstreaming.com. We have iPad people who will help you out. We'll give you a booby shirt, which I guarantee you is good and healthy. and a $25 gift card. So anyway, thanks for being part of this. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks for watching the movie. So come on over here. Come over here. Thanks again.